Welcome to the Chain Out Podcast with your hosts, Jeremy and Daryl.
That is right. We are back again, Jeremy and Daryl, Chain Out Podcast, Season 3 episode. We said 123 last week, so I guess that makes it
124.
124, and we're back at it. How's your week been, my friend?
It's been good.
Yeah. Good.
Just itching to get back out there and play again.
Well, I got a chance to go out and play.
Yeah?
Yeah. Last week, you know me, I want to keep that streak alive. So I put it out to the Edmonton disc golf community and said, let's get out there, let's play some tags. And so we got about 8 people show up on Friday.
Yeah.
We went out at about noon, and it turns out there's a doubles event coming up in the Edmonton area soon.
There is. I might know a little bit about that.
Yeah, maybe you'll tell us a bit about that after. Yeah. So a couple of the guys 4 of the guys who showed up were all teammates. So Tim and Travis were there, Mark and Tyler, and then Brock and Graham teamed up. And then I was kind of alone for a minute, but someone had reached out to me just the day before and said, hey, I saw you guys got an event going on. Can I come join?
Right.
And this person his name was Joe Morgan, and he's from Newfoundland.
Right.
Yeah, so he's from the true East Coast.
Exactly.
From the Rock. And he's working out here in the Edmonton area right now. So he said, hey, he plays disc golf, wanted to come out. Not only does he play disc golf, he knows Edgar Hartling, who we chatted with recently. Yeah. He also owns a business called Odin's Axe, and it's an axe throwing bar. So
do those two things go together?
Yeah, I guess so.
Somehow they do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he came out and he was my partner. I wasn't sure. I said, "Are you good? Are you how do you play? You know, just trying because you're gonna probably have to carry me, right?" Is what I'm thinking. Yeah. He's like, "I'm okay. He only throws overhands and forehands.
Okay.
So axe thrower. It probably makes sense, right? You'd expect that.
Yeah.
So never played Rundle ever in his life.
Right.
Steps up to hole 1. Throws this beautiful forehand, goes around the Mando, skips, catches all of the chains in the basket.
Really?
And goes out the other side and drops straight down under the basket.
Wow.
First throw in Edmonton
Almost
at Rundle Park, almost aces. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna rock this.
Wow.
But it turns out not every hole at Rundle is a forehand or an overhand throw. So he had to rely on me, and I wasn't always there for him, but it was a good time.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I had a good time with that, looking to do that more often and put that out to the community if they want to join us. It doesn't have to be doubles. It'll be all different things.
Yeah.
But speaking of doubles.
Yeah. Speaking of doubles, as you mentioned, there's a big doubles tournament coming up, which will be our USDGC doubles qualifier. That'll be happening on April 25th. It's pretty much full. There's maybe 10 spots, so 5 teams remaining.
Okay.
At the moment, I have a couple spots reserved for the female divisions. We have a few people signed up. I know there's one team that wants to sign up but are just waiting.
Okay.
But yeah, and I think MA40 is probably full, and I think MA1 is full. So there might be some spots in MA2, but let me know if you're trying to register, and I can move some numbers around and we can make that work. But yeah, love to have more females out to play in that.
It would be great to see too, is at least because now that there's more opportunities, because each of the divisions can go down to USDGC.
Yeah,
it'd be good to see somebody from Edmonton show up again.
Yeah, exactly. I know our buddy Mark had said that last year he went down as MA1. This year he's dropped to the MA2 division so that he has a bit more of a chance to maybe compete when he went down there. He said a lot of the MA1s were kind of like, way out of our what we class as an MA1 up here. They were a little bit better down there. So that is, and I contacted Innova last week to order the discs, but apparently there's some college event going on right now that maybe Innova's a little bit busy with. So I will
Chris
be ordering
Hartman
the discs.
would know a thing or two about that, hey?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they will be coming.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, Jeremy, tonight on the podcast, we're excited to have two guests.
Two.
Clea and Chance. Together, they're the organizers of the Smith Lake Farms Disc Golf Camp. They're going to fill us in on what the camp is going to look like this year. Stay tuned. They'll be with us in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, we got to get through some top of show. And you know what we like to do at the start? We like to... Should we do a tournament review? What do you think? Do you think it's that time?
Let's stick with it. We always do it.
Right.
Yeah. This tournament, we're going to recap all the tournaments across Canada. So there were
all of them.
All of them. We're not going to recap all of them, but there were 4 across Canada.
Yeah.
1 C tier, 3 in BC, and 1 in Ontario.
Oh, yeah.
Back to the usual suspects again. This week, though, we're going to highlight the Triple Crown fundraiser that took place in Cranbrook, BC. Now, don't get that confused. It wasn't a horse race.
Gotcha. Okay. Nope.
Instead, it was a test of skill and stamina that had disc golfers playing the 3 amazing courses in Cranbrook, Wycliffe, College, and Idlewild.
Oh.
Yeah. And they did this all in one day.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
We've heard of the 2-round one day. So this is the 3-round
one. The 3-round one day. They're pushing the boundaries now.
Oh, wow.
You know Steve Redick?
I do. I got a chance to play with him and get beat by him in Lethbridge last year.
Exactly. He put on this event to raise money to help build the second course at Wycliffe. 50% of the entry fees went to prizes. 50% went to the construction fund.
Okay. Gotcha.
So they raised a total of $417 through entry fees and soup by donation.
Oh.
Yeah. So they had 4 mixed divisions and 4 female divisions available, but they had great names. They had tons of fun.
Gotcha.
Some fun. No fun. And then in the age protected, they had the old farts.
Right.
And the aged to perfection ladies.
Oh, that sounds like a great division.
I love it. Steve's son, an MPO player, Adrian Redick, he ended up taking down the win in the no fun division with a -23.
Wow. It sounds like he had fun.
He had fun in the no fun division.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if he was allowed to. Followed closely by Chris Kerr, Steve himself, and Kelvin Oliveri. Steve invited us out to the Kootenay Up and Down.
Ooh.
Yeah, that takes place in September out in Cranbrook.
Okay.
You just add it to our list of ever-growing courses and events that we're going to want to try and play, Jeremy.
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds like a great event, though.
I looked at the date on that one, and it's the same weekend as my wedding anniversary. What do you think? Is that a career-limiting move? Is that what they would call that?
I'm going to defer to Jen on that.
All right. Well, now that April has arrived, there is another tournament that you got to start following on Disc Golf Scene, because registrations, there's no easy way to see this. You really got to hunt it back. You got to follow tournaments closely to know when their registrations are opening. It doesn't tell you. It'll tell you when they're happening, but you got to go into them to find out when.
You got to go in and hit that follow button.
That's right. You got to
get
do
a
that.
notification.
So the one I wanted to bring up was Falcon's Flight. This is one of the most popular disc golf tournaments of the year. We know our one guest, Chance, coming on the show. He's been there many times. Yeah. It happens in September. It's at the Aspen Meadows disc golf courses in Sundre, Alberta, and these courses are regularly top 5 in Canada. And the event is always amazing. And when registration opens up, like we joke about this, but it's true. It will break Disc Golf Scene. It fills up so fast that you're like, what? Why is the button not working when I'm pushing this?
Yeah.
So every year there's people who are disappointed because they don't get in. And I famously asked Craig Sheether what he thought. And if he thought Falcons Flight should split the tournament over 2 weekends like he did with the BC Open, he did remind me that I should do things myself if I've got these great ideas. Not one of my finest moments, but the Aspen Meadows team must have heard us, Daryl, because they did create a one-day C-tier event that will take place on June 6th. So it's a second chance to compete at Aspen Meadows.
Yeah.
Registration for that event opens up on April 22nd, and that's across the board, all divisions. But if it is Falcons Flight you want to be part of, the registration staged over multiple days with the first tier. You know, if you're 1,000 rated pro,
just missed out.
Yeah, you can get in there. And then if you're in some of the age-protected junior divisions, the female divisions, you can get in. Or if you're interested in being a gold hole sponsor, it's got a little bit of a price tag to it. But if you really want to, you can do all of that
some prestige with it.
April 29th. Yeah, I don't know what you're going to get for that. Maybe you'll get some gold for being a gold sponsor. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
But if you can make it to either event this year, from our experience, it's definitely well worth it to play out there and compete.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Okay, quick Pro Tour update, Jeremy. The pros got a week off last week. Mm-hmm. They're heading back to it this weekend with the first major of the year, Champions Cup. That's taking place in Lynchburg, Virginia at New London Tech. New London was one of the two courses, if you remember, that was part of the 2024 World Championships.
Was that the roller course or was that the Trees of Death course?
That was the Trees of Death course.
Okay,
yes,
gotcha.
That one. Well, we have 3 Canadians competing in this 4-day event. We have Sofia Donnecke. And, of course, we have Rebecca Dawn. They'll both be there. We've seen them play a few events already this year.
Yes, yeah.
One new face, our third Canadian, will be Chantel Miss Frisbee's Badinsky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's making her debut and her DGPT debut this year. Mm-hmm. She was sponsored, if you remember, by Prodigy.
Yeah.
But she's now open bag.
Open bag. But you know what? I think she still has, if I can say it the right way, an H7 in her bag.
A H7, yes. As well as some Thought Space and some Innova, and I'm sure she has some few other ones in there as well. As always, be sure to follow our Canadians on social media, Facebook, Instagram. Also, follow them on PDJ Live.
That's it. And you know your favorite podcast is sponsored by 2 amazing stores in Canada that supply you with all your disc golf needs in BR Disc Golf and Disc Republic. And I was checking out BR Disc Golf like I always do before the show. And I was also realizing that not only are is the doubles tournament coming up.
Okay.
Another tournament that's kind of popular out here in Edmonton or becoming popular is Berg versus the world. So that'll be happening. And that's where you choose whether you want to throw Bergs and Berg X's. That's all you can throw at this tournament. Or you can throw any other 1 and 2 speeds to be part of the world team. And when I went over to BR's website, in stock, Brendan's currently got about 85 different 1 or 2 speed discs.
Right.
So if you want to be on Team World, you're going to be covered there. You just head on over. You could get the Berg if you need the Berg, or you could get a range. Maybe even Brendan's favorite, a Banger GT. That's a 2-speed. Yeah. So he's got you covered. And then over on the Disc Republic side, I was looking at the top 10 selling items for Disc Republic.
Yeah.
They were all discs.
Yeah.
And I think our choices are very good of what you and I like to throw, because it was all MVP or Innova.
There you go.
Yeah, so a lot of that.
Great.
And on the MVP side, of course, like Simon's Boca is available there. And then on the Innova side, one of the top ones was Sofia's 2026 Tour Series. I got to look at my notes because there's a lot of words to that one, isn't there? Champion Proto Glow Eagle L. They're there as well.
And they're great discs.
Yeah, exactly. And if you needed one of those little, what do they call them? Like those little satchel holster bags that holds like about 3 discs, like 3 Bergs or 3 ranges or whichever.
Yeah.
You can get those too. So
that'd be perfect.
They're over at Disc Republic. And when you do your shopping, use the code CHAINOUT at checkout. It's a promo code that helps us out, and we appreciate it.
We do. Mm-hmm. Okay, Jeremy, our latest giveaway, it seems like we're always doing giveaways, but our latest giveaway for the beautiful the Eagle McMahon Cloudbreaker in front of us right here is closed. It's
closed.
Ended.
Yeah.
We've done the giveaway. Do you want to know who's won it?
Did anyone actually put any entries in?
We had quite a few entries in there, yeah.
And I think we asked people who we should interview. Did we get any?
That was, it was to follow Chain Out, tag a friend, and then also tag your favorite pro that you want us to interview.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had quite a few. We had Silas Schultz, Gannon Burr, Missy Gannon, Owen Scoggins. We had quite a few in there.
They're all in my phone. I'll just text them.
Exactly. Yeah, just let them know when we want them on.
Boom. Let's see who wins this.
Okay. Once my buttons load up, I will let you know. Okay,
right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Well, look at that.
There you go. Somebody in the chat.
Sonia, congratulations on winning the Cloudbreaker. I know you do like pink discs just like I do as well, and this one's coming your way.
A 12.5 -1.3 might be a little fast. It's a 176 gram, but
with your arm, you might be a little too powerful for it. You're gonna have to gear down.
It's an Eagle McMahon. I'm sure if you could take it to Jonesboro and get him to sign it.
Yeah, you never know. Never know.
Yeah.
So that's it for the giveaways we have at the moment. But there'll always be more, right? There'll always be more if I'm involved.
Exactly. Okay, stay tuned after the episode. We'll be chatting more disc golf on our Around the Basket. That's our Patreon only content. Head over to Patreon and join at any level, including free, to get the link. This week, we're going to need your help because it's Champions Cup pick week.
Yes, we need to get
for
a
your
pick.
Heiser Flip fantasy pool.
Yeah, we're going to need an MPO pick, and I think it's time to go big. We got to start picking some big names.
Exactly.
Let's make some money.
Absolutely.
And points.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about 9-hole courses as well. We have a little quiz, but let's not.
Don't build up the quiz.
Yeah, let's
it's
not build
there, but we won't build it up.
It was a last minute thing. It's there. It's something. Let's move on.
All right. Well, that's our top of show. It's time to get to the guests. How's the green room looking there, Daryl? Everybody comfortable in there?
You know what? Somebody's in the green room. Somebody decided it's too nice of a day to be in the green room and stepped outside. So.
Too nice of a day. They can't be in Edmonton, Alberta.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Canada has many wonderful places from coast to coast to coast. And one of these places is Smith Lake Farms on Vancouver Island, home of the Smith Lake Farm Disc Golf Camp. We're excited to welcome the Supreme Commander, Clea Adair, and Tree Wizard,
Tree Wizard, Tree Wizard, Tree Wizard,
Chance Stad to the podcast.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hey, how are you doing?
Thanks
Good.
for the intro.
How are you guys doing?
Yeah, we're doing fantastic. It's great to have you both back on the podcast. Clea, when we were emailing you, setting up the podcast date, you mentioned that you were down in Washington when we were emailing you, playing some disc golf. How did that go?
Yeah, great. Yeah, we went and checked out kayak and this course called NSRA that was on like an abandoned property. It's super cool. Mossy Rock and a couple other putter courses.
Wow.
Mossy Rock is a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Sounds like you had a great time down there. I thought you just hit 1 or 2 courses. It seems like you hit them all.
Yeah.
That's all we did. We were just 6 is what Brian just said from afar. 7.
Oh, wow.
7. Nice.
That is my kind of vacation for sure. But I think you did my other type of vacation because didn't you also head up to Tofino and do some surfing or something as well?
Yes, we went to Tofino with our kids like for 4 days before, dropped them off with the grandparents, and then headed across the border for a 2-night 7-course stint.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, I see that I've had Tofino on my list for a long time to go up there and go surfing, and then I hear you're going there. We saw that Sophia took Taylor up there, so it's got to be the place to be for sure. And then, hey, Chance, I saw for you, I was checking out your posts and saw that you put up some content last month where you almost aced with the new MVP stasis there.
Oh, yeah. That was, I think that was the first day that I tried it. And the very next time I threw it was in a tournament. Instantly in the bag. I love that disc. Truth be told, I used to like the Berg, and this is a more stable range.
Okay.
I actually think I like it more than a Berg. It feels like a range and flies kind of like a Berg. So, yeah,
so probably another great candidate for when we were talking about the Berg versus the World earlier. That would be a great World disc to compete. But on top of that, it was good to see you throwing because I remember, you were recovering from an injury over the past year a little bit and that. So how has the off season been? Are you fully back at it and ready to go?
Not exactly. Yeah, I've been dealing with some health issues. Haven't been playing too much. But I'm trying to get out there when I can on nice days when I'm feeling good and try to get back into good shape for the season.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all. Well, it's good to hear.
Yes, because it's always better when you're out there competing. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. I miss it for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we wanted to have you both back on the podcast again to make sure that all of our listeners knew about one of the best disc golf events of the year, Smith Lake Farms Disc Golf Camp. Clea, this will be the second year for the camp. You want to tell us a little bit about where the idea came from and how it all got started?
Yeah, sure. Well, so it's the second year of the camp in this format exactly, but we actually kind of did a tester the year before where Thomas and Sophia came out, and we called it Pros versus Joes because we didn't want to steal Champs versus Chumps name. And we just did a 1-day fun event for just the local crowd. And it was, at the time, the best event that I'd ever done. Just, smiles from ear to ear and good vibes and everything that you think disc golf should be.
Nice.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So, yeah. And then last year, so there was kind of some jokes about how do we make it bigger and, do we try to get Ian Anderson and Champs versus Chumps? And so I messaged Ian out of the blue, just I tend to just do that. And he told me if I could get Nate Sexton to come and do it, that he would consider coming. And so I messaged Nate, and it turned out Nate really wanted to come to Vancouver Island because he also likes to bike, and his family had been out here, and he wanted to come check it out. So him and Sophia talked, and we talked, and it just all came together.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. And we know in talking to Nate as well that he said he likes any opportunity to razz his good buddy Thomas about who has more Canadian national titles. So I think that's another good part about it.
Yeah.
Well, Chance, how did you end up first learning about Smith Lake Farms, and what made you want to be involved with the event?
Well, I was running a lot of the events in BC. I was running our biggest series, and Smith Lake wanted to have one of the events at the farm. So she invited my wife and I up, and we ran an event there. And the moment we saw it, we knew how special it was, and that I wanted to do everything I could to get as many people there to see it and to play and just experience Smith Lake Farm. And so Thomas and I are good friends. We tour together a little bit when he's here on the West Coast. And so I set up that Pros versus Joes event or whatever that we did, and had them come up. And then Clea really wanted to make it this huge event, which seemed like so much work. And I was so afraid that it was going to be far beyond my capabilities to organize something. But luckily we're a great team, and everybody who hears about it wants to come, and everyone who is there seems to want to come back. We got nothing but amazing feedback. And so, yeah, we're hoping we can just keep growing it.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I had a chance to go to the camp last year, and even though there was lots of information out there, we had you both on the podcast, looked on Disc Golf Scene, everything like that, I was still taken aback at how beautiful the area is and how much there is to do there, that everything that took place over the weekend. When someone hears that it's a disc golf camp, you think, okay, a disc golf camp, that's going to be pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
But there's so much more to it to do all through the weekend than that. Clea, do you want to give us a start? Let's start at the beginning. Let's start with the accommodation. You want to tell us a little bit about Smith Lake Farm and then Alders Beach, the two places that it takes place?
Yeah, sure. So Smith Lake Farm is a 90-acre farm. We are a working farm. So just before this meeting, I was unloading hives from the back of a truck and then coming in here to talk with you guys. We also have beef cattle, and our disc golf course runs through the farm, through cattle pastures, and it actually changes depending on where the cattle are at certain times of the year. So so that's the farm, and we're also on a lake, and the vista is lake and trees and forests basically here. But then just 5 minutes down the road in a car, is Alders Beach Resort. So I've known about Alders Beach Resort for years because it's the beach closest to my house. And so it's 27 cute little cabins directly on the beach. It's a sandy and rocky beach, but the beach right out front is sandy. And they have a deal where you can do a buyout. So I've had the idea of doing some sort of event with a buyout there before, and then we talked with the people who run it, and so that's where people stay, is right on the beach, and we figure out everybody's seating or where they're sleeping, so that people are with like-minded groups, and that it kind of all works out for everybody. That took me probably 6 hours to organize that part of it. And so we're able to accommodate 72-ish people, a tournament, in the accommodations that are right on the beach. And then Chance got us a whole bunch of, well, he owns them, but of mini baskets. And because it's like grassy knolls down there all around the all of the tent sites, or the cabins, it makes for like perfect little mini course. So, and I can let Chance talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, we so there's all these cabins along the waterfront there on the ocean and the beach, and we set up a whole bunch of baskets to practice putting, and we set up a mini disc golf course. And I had played mini disc golf at Worlds. They have a competition alongside the World Championships every year, and I couldn't believe how much fun it was. So I'd always wanted to set one up myself. So I bought the baskets and we set it up for Smith Lake. And even still, I was surprised how much fun it was. Like, because there's kind of the perfect amount of land for a really fun course with, I think there was a couple par fours, and they're only a couple 100 feet long, but yeah, it was so much fun, and got to play with like Nate Sexton and Sofia and Tommy. We all did a big battle for a bag of chips, and like we're all so competitive that we're taking it really seriously while also just having a blast and laughing. And yeah, I got to see people all weekend doing that, and so I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna have it set up on UDisc so you can keep your score, and we're gonna have some extra little prizes and stuff for whoever gets the best score. So that's the kind of thing we're gonna add this year. We got some good feedback. Not as much negative as I was hoping. Like, I was hoping for some things we could, try and change, but everyone just had a blast, which is also obviously a good thing. But I know Clea and I are perfectionists, and we kept seeing things that we could tweak and just make things a little bit better each time, and things we could improve on. So we're just going to add little tweaks here and there, add a little more extra downtime and casual time to relax and see the area, things like that.
Nice.
Yeah, that was downtime was the one thing. That was the only thing that really people wanted more of, was downtime. So
see, and that baffles me, because for me, I would flip that around, and I've said it before, is that for me, I was never at a point where I was standing around wondering what can I do now? What do I need next? Like, there was always something planned, and it was okay. We're doing this. We're doing the clinic. Now it's lunch. Now you get to practice your throw, or practice your throws. Then it's lunch, and then after lunch we're back for the forehand or whatever it might. Like, it was well organized. I would kind of, put that as my vote for it being so well organized that you didn't have to worry about things. But I did just want to say on the mini golf course, saying that Thomas is competitive. I don't have it here, but I have a photo of Thomas on one of the cabins retrieving his mini, because he was obviously throwing it that hard.
Well, and I guess I should ask about that too, Chances. I know that had you been the victor of that heated tournament there on the mini course, we would have seen the precious bag of chips in the background as a souvenir. So were you the one who took it, or did someone else win that one?
Actually, I have a great video of Nate Sexton winning, and he like holds up the bag of chips and rips it open, and just, it was great.
Just pouring it on. Yeah, that's awesome. Fantastic. Well, Clea, when you started this part of the conversation, you said the hives, and some people are like, "Oh, you got hives? Is there allergies there?" But no, you got like bees on the farm, and you've got honey and all of that. How many bees are on the farm, anyways, at this point?
Not individually.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, a few million.
And what are all their names?
Yes.
Yeah. So we have two apiaries. We have one here on the farm, which is our breeding apiary, and then we have our big honey producing apiary on another farm. So here we have right now, I think about 40 hives. Most of them are young hives. So they're either for sale or ones that we're growing up for next year. So we have about 100 hives in total.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's so cool. And I know we've seen from the pictures before that, with the disc golf camp, we know that's mainly focused on the disc golf portion and everything else. But Smith Lake Farm has opportunity for you to get a chance to go with the bees and put on all the gear and stuff.
I didn't get a chance to do that last year, but I'm looking forward to trying to get to do it this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got that.
So
go ahead.
Oh yeah, we've been talking about that. So we are going to add in a couple times when people can come and do a beekeeping tour. We can only host about 20 people because I have 20 suits at a time. And so, we're going to have 1 or 2 times where at least a group that's really keen can go do that. And if you can't make it to disc golf camp, but you want to come back and stay with us too, we have 7 accommodations on the farm. So we have 6 glamping tents and a tiny house or a cabin. And the cabin's open year round. Disc golf's included in everyone's stay when you're staying here. And a bee tour is also included, which is a huge highlight for people. So every person who comes and stays on our farm is offered the opportunity to go and meet the bees. So put on a suit, up 3 years old to whatever. We'll take you into the hives.
That's cool. And I think too, with those, with the staying at the farm as well, there's that really cool sauna that's there too that looks out. Does it look out right on the lake? Is that how it's set up?
It looks onto like wetland and a bit of lake, but it's purposely back a little bit so that you kind of have a little more privacy. Not that there's anybody there anyways. And then you can go and cold plunge. So that people do that all year round here. So just rent out the sauna, and I actually chainsaw a hole in the ice if it freezes over. So there's always a cold plunge.
I've been there in February, and the water was unbelievably warm. So it is kind of a magically warm little lake, even though you're saying cold plunge. I think that's only in the middle of winter.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Or so compared to the sauna.
Yeah.
So the sauna is not tied to any camping site. It's kind of available. You just book the sauna for a time period.
Yeah. In the summer, it's included in an accommodation stay. Well, it's included in all accommodation stays too. So you don't have to pay extra. One of the things, I really believe in affordability and that kind of that old camp feel. That's kind of why I want to do disc golf camp. So when you get here, unless you're buying something at my store, like a farm good, it's all included. There's no hidden costs or extra things you got to pay for. It's, I really believe in accessibility. It's actually why I love disc golf is, you can play with just a couple discs. I know we all don't have a couple discs, but I love that aspect of it. And it's why I really like supporting juniors as well. It's I think such a healthy thing for young people to get into. So yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, agreed. Couldn't be said better that way.
Yeah.
Well, Chance, I'm going to come back to you. So having you come up and teach people disc golf would be awesome enough for me. That's all I would need. I know how well you play, but it might be tough for you to teach up to 72, 90 campers, depending on how many show up there. So you recruited some help. So tell us a little bit more about who the help is and the counselors, because there might be some people here when we just throw first names out there, they don't know who we're talking about, but they should.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've got the top Canadian, Thomas Gilbert. I guess 2 top Canadians, Thomas Gilbert and Sofia Donnecke. And obviously Nate Sexton. He's incredible. He's been a pillar of the sport for, I don't even know how long, but forever. Definitely someone I looked up to. And I did Champs versus Chumps the first time I did Canadian Nationals in 2018. And it left such an impression on me and was such an experience that I always wanted to do it again or host one or something. So having them come up and help teach a whole bunch of people how to play disc golf and give them tips on how to get better was amazing for me.
Nice.
And I love to do the one-on-one coaching. I do that in my spare time. And so at lunch, in between the big lessons, I like to go around and keep giving people tips. And we're going to try and structure it in a way. I've got some ideas for where people can get some more one-on-one instruction as well, and kind of tailor it to what people want, so that when they do have downtime, they can spend it in the ways that they want to.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and the good thing about the obviously you mentioned Nate Sexton, right? He's the name that everybody knows and the name that people recognize first, the face that people recognize first on the posters. But it wasn't just the Nate Sexton show. Like Thomas would be take over from Nate and get some of his tips as well. Sofia was there. She was giving her tips and always giving her feedback, giving some nice warm-up drills, like taking us through the whole experience. So
does everyone specialize, or is that kind of is like Chance, are you the backhand person and Thomas is the forehand person, or is it just all your tips of everything you know?
No, I mean, Nate kind of leads things off. He's probably done more of these big group instructions than anyone else. And he's kind of got his script that he's used to. And then, but basically we just all give our input and wander around and answer questions. And we all kind of have mostly the same answers to questions, but in different ways that might hopefully resonate with people in different ways. And someone will get the answer they need out of somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was Chance that when Nate was doing his forehand, the bit that got me was when he was doing his back, kind of backloading sort of thing. I don't even know the correct terminology, but instead of bringing it underneath, was saying that you could even go over the top. It's like there's two ways to kind of, depending on your shoulder and how it works, is you can kind of do it two different ways. So having that different perspective was really good for me. It made me understand it a little bit better.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, can we ask too, and maybe there isn't something to be here. That is that core group of people, but I'm sure the momentum and the steam has been building. So have you had any surprise counselors want to try and get in on the mix too? Is that something or?
We've been talking with a few people. It may not happen for this year, but there's been some conversations.
Okay.
And it also may happen. We're not, so there's a potential of a few other interests. And I think that like one of my dreams with this camp would be to continue to build it and to continue to have more pros and to have it also kind of be like a chance for them to have like a small break in between the big tournaments that they're at. So we're looking to like find some fun activities for them to do, take them out on a grizzly bear tour or something like that on the water here, go see some orcas, and then just try to maybe see if that is something we can build so that every year this is like an option and an opportunity for pros to come here, stay for free, eat really good food, put some money in their pocket, and then they can go off to their next thing like rejuvenated.
Yeah. You know what I like about that is that we were watching this past winter where the New Zealand tour has really done something good to put it together in that off season when they've got the warm weather and to get players out there and kind of do that same thing, give them experience to see something beautiful and different. And what else is beautiful and different is definitely Vancouver and the island, and that's a great way to do it. And they don't have to go as far. They're not doing a 12-hour flight to do it. And I think you got something there, and we know the ball's already rolling. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, and Daryl, I'm thinking too here. We were talking about all the training there. One of the things that really resonated with you was maybe Nate's putting training, was it?
Yeah, we've talked about it before, but one of the things that kind of stuck with me was we were doing the practice putting drills, and we were doing it from different ranges, and then we got to a certain point where kind of Nate broke off with sent one of the counselors around to each different group, and he would come and stand right beside you, whisper in your ear, and say, "Okay, this is for the World Championship. This putt is to take down Gannon in the World Championships. If you miss this putt, you're gonna lose everything. You have this," like really amping the pressure right in your ear to get you to feel what it's like to have that much pressure on you, and then to see whether you could make that putt. So yeah, that's something that goes through my mind each time. I know Chance has his own little mantra that he recites to himself, but that's kind of my kind of thing that I go to, is like just put that pressure on to be able to make that putt each time.
Right.
I can tell a little story about that too, because I wasn't able to listen to all of the clinics, but I listened to the putting one as well. And one of the things that stuck with me right away was it, like that Nate said, was it didn't really matter what the putter was. It just mattered how it felt in your hands. And so we just had listened to that. We did our kind of like goodbye speech for everybody, but because Nate was leaving, and then we went to go play doubles. This is on the Sunday. So it's kind of like the last thing that we were doing on that weekend. And I actually got to participate, because sometimes when you're running something, you don't get to participate very often. And I'm on a doubles card with Steve Buck, who's one of our lead course designers here. And I knew that he really admires Ian Anderson. So I made sure that we were on a card with Ian and I forgot his name right now, but one of Ian's guys, like one of the cameramen. And I forgot my putter. I didn't have my putters on me. And so Ian passes me a putter, and immediately I like just felt it and was like, this putter feels great. I can throw this putter. And I think I made almost every shot with this putter. Just show.
Yes.
Nice.
Central Coast Disc Golf, Ian's signature there too.
Now, the signature wasn't on it to begin with, but we got back, and I was, I'd had the best round ever, because, we're playing doubles with some pretty special people. And I show it to Chance. I was like, I think I'm going to ask him if I can keep this putter. And Chance flips it over. I'm not the biggest, I don't know that much about discs, really. And he looks at the back. He says, Clea, it's patent pending. You can't just keep this. You have to give it back. So I offered it back to Ian, and he wouldn't take it back. And so I said, well, if you're not going to take it back, then you better sign it.
That's awesome.
So yeah, so that was a really nice thing that had happened. But I think there was opportunities for everyone to have those kind of moments, with maybe they don't get one of these, but yeah. And if you look on the inside, it says, if I ever lose this disc, it says free round at Smith Lake Farm if returned, because it's really special.
Nice.
That's great. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, and that looks like a really awesome special disc as well. And for anybody listening that might not be able to see what we see, you got another pretty good looking disc sitting right over your shoulder there too. Ooh, look at that. Oh, I thought it was just pink from afar, but it's more than just pink.
Yeah. So, I can't do that the right way. So we just got our Discraft order in yesterday. And so I just thought we could do a little giveaway of this disc, but you have to guess what it is and its weight.
Oh, okay.
So go into the comments.
Yeah. So chat, there's your task. See that disc behind there? Guess the weight and guess what disc. I think we got a tip already that it's Discraft, right?
Yeah.
Or it could be. So awesome. Okay. Well, that's cool. Well, thank you for that. A couple of months ago too, Clea, we had some campers who attended last year, and that was one of them's actually in the chat. Two of them are in the chat. So Sonia's in the chat, Graybeard, Chris Finlayson's there, and we also had the infamous Bruno on the show. And I learned that in this case,
we do talk about Bruno.
Yes. So
I need to get something. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Bruno related.
Okay, come on back. Well, and really, as Chance is running to grab that, one of the highlights for all three of them, and Daryl for that matter, and we kind of have alluded to it a bit here, was Champs versus Chumps 17. So one of the things we kind of wanted to get to with that is just to tell, like, Chance has already talked about how he wanted to emulate that from the first time that he tried it, doing a little pros versus Joes. But I think anybody who maybe isn't as into disc golf as all of us are, they really need to understand what Champs versus Chumps is all about. And we'll get Chance right back here. Welcome back there, Chance. And we were just saying that, Champs versus Chumps was such a highlight. There's so many memories that were made. We can understand how it resonated with you. And for anybody who doesn't really know about it, we should talk about that and exactly what it is and how it works and everything else.
Yeah, so Champs versus Chumps is such a cool format. It started out with just one pro. It was Paul McBeth, but it quickly became a doubles match with two pros playing best shot versus, at the beginning, it was just the crew. It was Central Coast Disc Golf playing best shot with four of them, trying to see if they could beat them. And then it just grew and grew, and now people can play against the pros in the same format where it's four chumps playing best shot versus the two pros. And you get some unbelievable highlights and lows. And Nate Sexton is there like 5 feet away from you, trash talking at full volume while you're trying to throw. And it's nerve-wracking, and it's exciting, and it's just such a good time.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, being there to witness Bruno's throw-in was so much fun. Like, I was stood up near the basket.
Okay.
So I got to see it from that perspective. Now, I've watched James Conrad's Holy Shot many times, and I would say that watching that shot go in from Bruno was probably the Canadian equivalent.
Well, Daryl, if it was the Canadian equivalent to me, then okay, you're compared to the Holy Shot. I could see that. Because I watched it. Having Bruno on talking to you guys was great. Were you the guy who pulled his shirt off, pulled the tarp off, and then ran to give Bruno a high five and missed? Is that what happened?
I don't think that quite happened on go back and check the coverage, but no. I thought about running up to grab him and high five or whatever, but I was like, well, this is going to be recorded, so maybe I need to act a bit more reserved.
I did do that actually. Yeah, in the video you can see I had my backpack on. I'm running after him because I mean, obviously there were people up there by the basket, but from where I was standing right behind him, and it looked like he was running off to celebrate by himself because all I could see was the basket and the trees. Like, somebody's got to be there to high five him, and then there was no shortage of that. Everyone ran up and wanted to congratulate him, and because it felt like we were all happy for him, obviously, but he was also doing it for the whole team. Yeah, like it was a win for all of us. And you don't get that very often in disc golf. It was something special.
And quite the swing, right? And it actually it was like the cheering that happened at that moment just like reverberated across the entire farm, right? It was just like everybody was just such a special moment. And
you can tell that as well because we played the clip from Central Coast, and just listening to the way that Nate is doing the commentary, he's like, oh, he's going to run it, I think. And just the way that he shouts it is like, it's the best shot we've ever seen on Chance versus Chumps, and it's just electrifying.
It was so good, I think it broke our episode at one point, didn't it? Like it was that good when we were doing it.
Yeah.
And I know he talked about, I watched the episode, and he said that we asked for his signatures or however he worded it, and we signed one of his discs. But I remember going up to him, whether I was the first or not, but asking him to sign one of my discs.
Okay.
And I remember he said, but I don't know how to sign. Like, I don't have a signature. And I was like, you better figure it out, Bruno, because you're famous now. And I still bag.
There you go.
Yes.
The glitch or the pitch that he signed for me. It's a little bit.
Yeah. And you talk about being famous, and Claire, you can testify to this as well. Just shortly after, I think it was like the next day or maybe an hour later, there was a sign on the course like a piece of paper on a stake in the ground saying, "Can you make the shot from where Bruno made it?" Now, speaking to Chris when we had him on previously, that sign is still there.
Yeah, this says try Bruno's shot is what it says. And then
Right.
we are planning actually to put a more, like, it is permanent, but we're going to make a more permanent sign.
Right.
That's going to be a little prettier, and we're going to put a QR code that links directly to like
Nice.
that moment, so that people can watch it too if they're like, what the heck is this? So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's it. I mean, we've got the whole one sign from Canadian Nationals. We're all about preserving Canadian history and things like that. And that to me is just one of those epic moments that should live on. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and the other thing Daryl said, and you kind of alluded to it too, Clea, was that similar to the Holy Shot. If you watch the Holy Shot, that's exciting. All on its own, that's a cool thing. But you kind of got to watch the 4 or 5 holes leading up to it. And I think it's the same thing with the Champs versus Chumps, because there was some momentum slowly building for the Chumps to get to that moment. And when you have that in there, it just raises that bar so much more.
Yeah.
The hackles on your neck go up.
The Champs were playing so well, and we were too. The Chumps were also playing great, but we were being beaten by 3 strokes after 9 holes. And then that shot caused a 3-stroke swing, and all of a sudden we were tied up.
Yeah.
That's never happened for the Chumps in Champs versus Chumps history. Like, it was the biggest momentum swing. It was the most exciting moment. Like, it's got to be the best episode of all time.
Yes.
That's what Ian Anderson said. He said that our Champs versus Chumps, like Volume 17, has everything you want out of a Champs versus Chumps. It has that big swing, and then it has, as well, I don't know, should we spoil it? I guess everyone here is probably a spoiler, but it has a great ending that's positive for Canadians.
Yeah.
We're all happy about. So yeah, it was a really special, like, everything about that day was special, and definitely the people who came made it special, right? Everyone from just like, well, every disc golfer that was there, and then all of the pros, they're all great humans. And Ian Anderson and his crew as well. Like, they're all very personable. They're easy to talk to. And they all kind of do really neat things outside of disc golf as well. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And like, another thing, I know you did a soft trial run that first year, but then last year was the official first year. And normally when you run an event like that, there's going to be some bumps and bruises and stuff. But no matter who we've talked to, or Daryl's experience, or anyone, it was like, it's a big accomplishment and a feather in your guys' caps, because it just went so successful. And I know, like, you're probably waiting for that other shoe to drop, but is there, with all of that, you said you'll give a little bit more downtime for everyone, but is there anything else that you're looking to do to change or make it better? Or you're just like, let's just cookie cutter this for year 2?
Everybody was so happy with the way it went. And as far as like extra downtime goes, it's really just time to do the things that they didn't have time for if they're not from the area, like spend more time at the farm seeing the bees, or some of the local courses or restaurants or things like that. So we were trying to figure out ways to not remove anything that we had from the amazing weekend that worked so well, but how do we add a little bit more time for people? And the easiest way was to just add an extra day. So we're not taking anything away from Saturday and Sunday, but on Friday there's going to be a flex start, and we're going to have some one-on-one time, and we're going to have just some fun activities and downtime where you can hang out at Alders, or you can go to one of the local courses where we're going to have a couple events that are totally optional. And it's just, a way to add a little bit of extra time in the area to do whatever it is you want to do. And then we're still going to have the nice action-packed weekend that we have planned, with not a lot of changes, just a little bit of polish on it.
Gotcha.
I think that one of the reasons the event ran so smoothly is my awesome volunteer team we have here. Our course, like so many or almost all courses, is built by volunteers, right? So the food was all done by volunteers. We have like we're going to call out Ninja, who's this amazing chef who kind of organized all of the food. And then we had volunteers coming in and prepping it and cooking it. And those are all like optional add-ons that people can choose to either just come to the meal if you don't want to eat burgers from the farm's own beef. Sure, you don't have to, but they're really good. But it's optional to like try to have ways for people to kind of save a bit of cash if they still want to come, but just want to bring their own food. But yeah, so that's all done with volunteers. Our course is all kept by volunteers, and currently we're in the process of putting in 4 new holes.
Wow.
They'll be in some sort of state to play by June. And they're all different. They're all new. So with some new features that we haven't been able to have before at the course. So that'll be fun.
Ah, cool. That's
Excited.
exciting.
Yeah.
There's so many little Easter eggs that you can expect.
Yeah.
Hey? Well, and I think too, the other thing, as you said, there is some downtime in that. And one of the things I was, chatting with Daryl about was some people may be thinking, I want to come, but I don't have anybody to go with. I'm going to go alone. Am I going to be all by myself doing, am I going to be lonely kind of thing? But at the end of the day, that wasn't the case, was it? Like when you guys were all done everything at the end of the night, was it a campfire or what were you guys doing?
Oh yeah, at the Alders Beach Resort, there was so much to do. Like you talk about having the downtime. I guess during the day, it was full of disc golf. It was full at the Smith Lake Farm, but then in the evening, you go back to Alders Beach. There's the campfire there, the pit to sit around. There's these gorgeous, very comfortable. I always get this word wrong. Adirondack. Adirondack.
You keep going.
Adirondack.
Chair?
A wooden chair that you can sit in. There's plenty of seating. You can just take a moment to be by yourself if you want. You can step out onto the beach, look out in the ocean. Sonia kind of mentioned it already, just looking out, and especially as it was getting darker, you could see the cruise ships just coming along and kind of anchoring there for a little while and then drifting off in the distance. There was one night where we had the DJ was playing tunes. I think it was a Saturday night.
Okay.
So we had some music there. The food was awesome there as well. If that wasn't enough, you had the 18 hole mini disc golf course that you could play as well. You could also, if you just wanted to have some time, just go back to your cabin and spend the time there. It's a fully furnished cabin. You've got everything you need.
Now, did you tell me too? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I was surprised by how many things we had as options. Like you're saying, the DJ, there was great food. You could play disc golf with the minis. You could putt. There were people doing all sorts of activities, just playing catch, sitting by the fire. Sorry?
Shucking oysters.
Shucking oysters.
That's it.
But somehow, even though there's all these things, like how can you have a DJ and quiet time next to a campfire and like somehow you did have all that. Like everybody was just hanging out doing whatever it was they wanted to do with a bunch of friends, and none of it competed. It was just so relaxing and so enjoyable. Probably more relaxing for the people who weren't also running the event, but
Yes.
even I had a great time. But for me, it felt like a very busy weekend.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
One thing that we haven't mentioned, but something that I partook in last year, maybe not so much this year, but you also had one of the local breweries as well at the farm and at the Alders Beach as well.
Yeah, we had actually we had 2 local brewery sponsors. So Land and Sea, which is like got the best nachos in town if you're coming to the Comox Valley, and then Hoyne, which is a Vancouver island. It's down island, but they sponsored. That one of their guys was a player, and so he got us a sponsorship of a keg. And then there is a local cidery where actually I keep my bees. And they also sponsored. So we actually had cider too for the gluten-free people.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love cider.
Yeah.
Cider is always good.
Now, as I don't like to go on about it, Jeremy, but I've
lost some weight.
I've lost
I
some
know.
weight since last year. I didn't partake in it last year, but one of the things, and I want to know, will it be a thing this year? It was a little bit early as well. It was the 6 a.m. yoga is that going to come back for year 2?
Yeah. Yeah. Allie, who's the yoga instructor, she actually asked, she's like, can I come back? Can we do that again? It was
Awesome.
so much fun. So, and that's, she's she's in front of the ocean, then everybody else is back on the grass. So you're looking at Allie teaching yoga and then just ocean skate behind you. So
Wow.
it was a pretty nice way to do yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it may have felt like 6 a.m. to you, but I think it was 7:30. You
Yeah.
don't have to get up at 6 a.m. to do anything at camp, just so everyone's clear.
I
It was your
remember-
time change was still impacting you, maybe.
There you go. I remember seeing them, people packing up their mats and walking away. So I just figured they were out there since 6. I wasn't up at that time.
I mean, I wouldn't get up that early either. There was no way I could do it, but I was a little jealous of the people who did get to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like
she
I said-
actually did a yoga that was so she's done yoga for ball golf. So she did a yoga that she did some changes to it, but for disc golf. So it was like disc golf yoga.
Oh,
So.
neat.
Cool.
Yeah, that's perfect. Like I said, I've lost weight, so maybe I'm all in my fitness phase
You'll be
right now. So
chaturanga.
I have a mat. I'll be bringing it with me. Now, Claire, for people that might be listening from all across Canada, how easy is it to get to Smith Lake Farms? Do you have any suggestions on the best way to get there?
Yeah, so there's flights right into the Comox Valley, and we've already had some people ask, and we do have disc golfers that will come pick you up at the airport if it comes down to it. But so if you're coming from anywhere in Alberta, there's direct flights to the Comox Valley from major airports, or you can fly to Vancouver and then rent a car and take the ferry, which is so pretty. And I've just done the drive from Bellingham, so I'm actually going to go talk to the Americans next, which is it's only an hour to Tsawwassen Ferry, 2-hour ferry ride, and then an hour and a half up the island. So it's all from all those locations. It's pretty darn easy to get here.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's car rentals at all of those fly-in locations too. So
And there's so many people coming in that finding someone to carpool with or finding a ride,
Yeah.
we'll be able to figure it out. That shouldn't be a concern.
And we're all staying at Alders Beach, and we're all going to Smith Lake Farm. So it's
Yeah, everyone's
we're all going in the
way.
same place.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Well, Daryl, I got something a little different to kind of get us closer to the end of the episode here.
Okay.
And I might need your help for this.
All right.
So you had a chance to go to Smith Lake Farms last year. And
did.
Chance and Clea, you better get ready for this too. You had a chance to play the 20-hole course.
I did.
And although Vancouver Island is a large piece of land, it is still an island. So
Yeah.
if you could press the button for me.
Okay.
Island discs.
Is that it?
No.
It's time for Desert Island Discs?
Apparently there's more.
All right.
Now it's time for Desert Island
that again.
discs. Picture this.
There you
You've
go.
taken a relaxing cruise, however the ship goes down. You manage to swim to an island, and fortunately for you, there's an 18-hole disc golf course. Which 3 discs are you taking with you on the island?
All right. So, Clea and Chance, I didn't prep you for this, so start thinking now. But Daryl, imagine the 3 of you were going to Smith Lake Farms disc golf camp this year. Oh, wait.
Okay.
You are.
I am.
Okay, so we got that figured. Well, imagine that when you packed for the trip, you wanted to pack super light. You got your clothes, you got your toiletries, maybe your favorite book, I guess your yoga mat, and you realized, wait a minute, I still got to bring some discs.
Of course.
There was a problem, though. You could only take 3 discs with you to Smith Lake Farms on Vancouver Island, and that's what you were going to throw all weekend at disc camp.
Right.
Now that you've been there, what 3 discs are you bringing with you?
Wow. I don't think have I been on this side of the question before?
Well,
I think I have. Yeah.
Maybe once, but not for this course.
I actually that's a good point you make there, and I have a question for you, Clea. Let me just think about the holes. So
Are you
1,
sidestepping here? What's
2,
going on here?
3. So on hole 4, on the left-hand side, you kind of throw over a lake. There's a lake on the left-hand side of the green.
oh yeah, four in the layout that you played. So our
Yes.
whole one.
Oh, okay. So hole 1 then.
Yeah.
Let's just say, I mean, I'm not naming anybody, but let's say somebody threw a disc and it ended up in that lake and they couldn't retrieve it while they were there. How often do the discs get retrieved out of that lake?
That's a pond. It's not the lake, but
Oh, Okay.
it's a long pond. It would, yeah. But we actually have a disc golfer who is a deep sea diver,
Right.
and he goes in there at least, I'd say, about 4 times a year. So he goes and retrieves, and we're, I think, next week going to be doing that again. So,
Okay.
so yeah,
Well,
we have a
it,
trip this week.
it's
Or
been a
next weekend.
year, so hopefully my disc is sitting in the little lost and found box.
Is
Now-
this one of the ones you'd bring then?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I might not need to bring 3 because I could pick one up when I'm there.
that
You
could
might
be a
get
bonus
4.
disc.
But on hole 20, the way that we played after the triple Mando hole up the hill, on the right hand side, and Chance can back me up because he ended up in there as well. There is a slough water hole halfway up the field. How
poop
often
hole.
does that hole? How often does that get drained? Because I dropped one in there as well.
So you could have 2 extra discs.
Exactly.
It was recently. It's yeah.
You don't
We
want
don't do
that one
that.
I
back.
don't.
Yeah, we don't do that one as much because the cows end up hanging out a lot there.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. That's
once we go
yeah.
there, we leave them.
Okay, so maybe just the one I want back. Okay.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
you've stalled long enough, my friend.
All right. Well, I got to take a putter, so I'm taking my 0.
Okay.
And no, you know what? I cancel that. I'm gonna take my rock.
Oh,
I'm gonna take my Halloween rock that you got me.
gotcha.
So I'm gonna take a Halloween rock, and then my 1 disc extra than that is going to be a Thunderbird.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
It's a tight wooded course. I don't think I'm going to be taking a Destroyer or a Wraith or anything long. For me, it's just going to be my Thunderbird. I'll take the rock, and then I'll pick up my T-Bird that went into hole
Into the
4
water.
or hole 1.
Nice. Now, it looks like you're looking through there, Clea. Are you ready next?
Well, I actually don't have my one of my discs in my bag because I actually had to give it to somebody who needed it. But I'd probably take a Destroyer. It looks kind of like this though. And or would I take a Crave? Yeah, I think I'd take both. So I'll take a Crave. You know what? Okay, I'll just do that. I'll take a Crave, a Destroyer. I know I'm just doing two drivers, and then
That's
I'll
fine.
take this because
Because you
that's
got
really
it.
special.
Well, and after you were saying how well it throws, I'm sure that can satisfy everything from a putt right into those mid-range straight throws as well.
And it's an anode. Just
Okay. Nice.
Nice.
And how about you, Chance?
I would take a Boca,
Okay.
which is my new favorite fairway driver / might also be my furthest flying disc now. That thing's amazing. But yeah, I would take that. I would take a Stasis, I think.
Okay.
It's so new, but I think that would probably make it. And can't go to Smith Lake without Bruno. So
There you go.
that's my
Yeah.
3 discs.
Yeah, that's a good set of choices. That Bruno one just has luck for you as soon as you step on the first tee when you've got that one in your bag.
There
Definitely.
you go.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. So everybody's got tips now. But I guess I forgot one other thing about camp. And you could technically show up with no discs and maybe some extra pocket money and you'd be just fine because I'm guessing that the counselors might have a few discs available for sale. Is that fair to say?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the
There's
plan.
been lots of
I'm
talk
sure
about
we
that
can
on-
make that happen.
Yeah, there were
And
some issues last year getting some orders over the border, and there's been lots of talk about that early this year to make sure that doesn't happen again. It meant all of the Smith Lake Farm discs sold out, which wasn't bad, but I'm sure some people would love to get some signed Nate Sexton discs. So
Well, I'm sure we've chatted with JGT over there at Innova Canada. I'm sure he could probably help on that side. We know that Jason at Disc Republic can certainly help Chance get some MVP out there if that's needed. And Thomas usually's got thought space on him no matter where he goes, right? So, that's fantastic. And that's kind of what I was thinking. And I think too is when you do that, Daryl, and you do buy some of those discs, I always find, as you know, is you get a signature on that disc. Now you got that person's talent etched on there, just like Chance showed
Bruno
us.
and Ian.
You can't go wrong that way.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it's me, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it might be. You're doing so smooth there.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, a parting pro tip from a previous camper. That would be me.
That would be you.
Okay, bring a bigger bag than you think you need, or an extra one, as you're likely to bring back extra discs. And there's also some farm items, which I don't know if we really touched on, but like you mentioned, the farm beef and all that, and Sonia kind of put it in the chat with the honey as well. So bring extra. Make sure you got extra space.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I thought we already touched on that. That's why I was wondering where you were going.
Thomas was staying with me, obviously, on that leg of the trip, and then went straight to China for Worlds.
Right.
And brought some of the honey and the relish, made room in his bag, his oversized bag, so that he could bring that with him. He did thankfully leave some of it at my house, and I ate it. But yeah, you'll want to bring an extra big bag so you can take some extra with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
And you get to taste test it first at the dinners, right? So we do like the sausage dinner with the relish, and we were talking about trying to find more ways to incorporate the honey this year too. So,
Yeah, I don't know
yeah.
if we really talked on it much, but the food was absolutely incredible. Everybody, but obviously Ninja, but everybody did such a great job. So looking
Yeah.
forward to it this year.
Yeah.
Do I have enough time to read this little,
Yes.
what I call my report card? So Ian
sure.
Anderson wrote on Reddit a few weeks ago or a while ago. And so, if you're thinking of like a person, this is a person who goes to all of the biggest events everywhere, right? And has seen everything. And for him to have said this is what I think is my A+ report card for the event. So this was my absolute favorite trip last year, and Clea is running it in 2026. It's a 4-day disc golf camp. You stay in these awesome cabins right on the water with a view back to the mainland of BC, with a minis course going around the cabins with one pin on the beach. Smith Lake Farm is on Vancouver Island, British Columbia, about 2-hour drive north from the ferry landing in Nanaimo. Each day you'll head down a mile down the road to one of the best courses I've played in a while. Absolutely beautiful, with a nice mix of open and wooded holes. There's also a beginner course that's a little shorter. Once there, you'll get to practice with the pros. Anyways, it goes on, but he said it was his favorite trip last year. So I really don't think that you can do better than that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'd have to say, I think, because I'm sure Ian's been all over the place. Maybe he's been out to Thailand and the Koh Samui Swine and all of those different events like that. And then to say, hey, this one just a little north of where I am. How did I forget about this gem? Right. So
Exactly.
yeah, that's
Everybody said that they wanted to come back before they even left last year. Like, we were all sitting around in the kitchen. Is it happening next year? Can I come back? And that doesn't happen. Normally they want to check their schedule, see if they can fit it in. No, this was a priority from the moment they saw how great it was. So, Clea, you've got something so special there, and I'm glad you're sharing it with all of us. So.
Yeah.
I love bringing community in. It's just the best thing that my favorite thing to do. And the disc golf community is so thankful to have a home here. It just, it is all good vibes. And that's why this weekend is all of that. And, you get to feel really great about supporting a small local farm, helping with local food security. Because by investing your dollars here, that's part of the solution.
Yes. Well said.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, that just about wraps up the episode tonight. But before we let you go, is there anything else that we haven't mentioned or anything else you want to shout out? Now is your chance. We'll start with you, Clea.
I shouted out to my volunteers, but just one last time, I couldn't do this without you guys. And I'm excited about our work party this weekend. So don't forget to come out, because I got a whole bunch of discs you can look through.
Okay.
Awesome.
And while we have her on there too, should we do we reveal the disc there behind, or do we want to give a couple days for people to watch it? What do you think?
I mean, that's up to Clea.
Yeah.
You can send us a message.
There you go.
There it is. Once again, if you're watching this, you could be watching this a couple of days later. You can see the disc on the video right now. It's a Smith Lake Farm stamped.
It's almost like a bubble gum.
We'll say it's a disc graft, because she did say that
Yes.
she had her disc graft molds in. Guess the weight, guess the mold, and then you could potentially win that disc.
Yeah.
We thank you very much for putting that up.
And maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll use a little bit of this as a bit of a short to put up, and then we'll get a few more guesses in there so that we get some more excitement on it.
I think Chris is really excited and
Greybeard's
wants
a
to
little
know
excited.
what the disc is. Chris, you're gonna have to wait.
You got to put your guest in. Yeah, what's the
He's
weight?
probably
What's
in
the
his
disc?
car driving up there right now to try and get it.
to look at it. Yeah.
And Chance, anything else you want to shout out?
I'm just really looking forward to it. I appreciate all the amazing feedback that we've got from everybody regarding the first year, and we're so excited to be putting it on again. And I hope we can make something as special as it was last year. I think everybody's going to have a great time, an even better time than last year, except Bruno, because I don't think you can top that. It's just, all downhill from here. Sorry, Bruno.
He peaked too soon.
That's it.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, we thank both of you for joining us tonight on the podcast. You know Daryl's going to be up there again this year. I was booked at TCO, but I've already talked with Carrie Neal, and I think Clea knows, and both her and I are working to be there for next year to be out to it, and we know it's going to be a great event.
Have an amazing time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, guys, and we will see you out there in June.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Awesome. Sounds good. Bye.
See you then.
Yeah.
Bye.
Daryl.
Yeah.
Well, we've talked about Smith Lake Farms a number of times now,
Yeah,
but it's for good reason, right? Because this is truly an awesome event. And you can say, oh yeah, you guys are just pumping up. That's your thing. But it's like, no, we're not just pumping this thing up.
Mm-hmm.
This is we talk about FOMO. I am the definition of FOMO. And it's not even fear. It's like, I don't know. It's IKOMO. I know I'm missing out or something like that.
We've talked about going out to nationals numerous times and meeting, Paige Pierce, Connor O'Reilly, all the pros that were out there, but getting to go out and get them to teach you how to play disc golf, getting Nate Sexton, Thomas, Sofia, Chance, it's one thing to go and see Paige, see her vending her discs after her round, go up there, buy discs, talk to her, have a quick chat, get her to sign a disc, and then you're gone. Mm-hmm. Getting to spend the whole weekend and to be able to, go just see Nate Sexton. Oh yeah, there he is. He's just eating his hamburger. Yeah. And in a second, I'm just going to go over there and he's going to give me some putting tips. And I was talking about the discs. But it's the one disc that I should have mentioned. Clea had her Adam from Ian Anderson.
Mm-hmm. Anode, yeah.
Sorry?
Anode.
The anode, sorry, yeah. Chance had his Bruno signed disc.
Mm-hmm,
one of my highlights was getting Nate Sexton to throw my dart.
Right. This thing's so unstable. Was that what it was?
Exactly, that one, yeah. So, yeah, just getting, and how freely they were signing discs that, I had 2 or 3 Smith Lake Farm discs that I bought. Got all 4 of them to sign. We gave them away on the podcast.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, my Firebirds I got signed, and then Thomas, I bought some discs from him. I bought some for you. Sophia had some discs for sale. Chance, we got some of his. We just so many. I think, yeah, you're right. I needed an extra suitcase just for the discs that I had to bring back.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might not have remembered, but I did, because I remember you going, I might have to just mail some of this stuff back, Jeremy. I don't know how I'm getting it on the plane.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you eat, breathe, and sleep disc golf like we do, this vacation is the one that you're looking for. It's the way you want to spend your summer. So you can head over to Disc Golf Scene and check it out. It's there, Smith Lake Farms Disc Golf Camp, year 2. Be part of it if you can.
That's awesome.
Yeah, if you can make it work, make it work.
We've got some good guesses in the chat for the discs, so I will make sure I'll go in and look at those afterwards and make a note of those.
Yeah, and we'll put a little ad there, and I think that's the best way to do it. We'll put it out. Maybe we can do a little clip where she's holding, where Clea's holding it up really front to the screen, or maybe I'll have to help with that. But
maybe I can do that. Yeah,
maybe we'll
get something working out.
I think so. And then we should look for a secret word for tonight. What do you think?
Yeah.
I've got some ideas.
Okay, chat, let us know what you think the secret word for it should be. For people that don't know about the secret word, we always ask for a secret word just to prove that you listened this far into the episode. Mm-hmm. We made you stay right to the very end. And then what we ask you to do is, if you leave a comment on this video, don't just put the word in the comments. Try and word it into a sentence. Yeah, get creative.
Yeah.
Tanya's saying maybe in 2027, Tanya Ramsey.
Oh, well, that would be good because
From the
that's
East
when
Coast.
Carrie and I are talking about it, Tanya. So it could be a really good time because I know anytime you're around, I remember the golf cart. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
So.
Death Dives, you are late. You just missed an incredible interview with Chance and
Clea,
but go back and watch the episode again.
So yeah, with secret words, it's easy to always throw Bruno out there. That's an easy one for sure. I think maybe something about the bag of chips as the trophy. Like if you had some fun with that.
That could work.
I got a really deep cut one, but this would be more for the West Coasters who know Chance.
Okay.
Is Chance's puppy was in the background. And if you go back to when we interviewed Chance on the podcast, he definitely told us all about the puppy, even how she ended up with him.
Yeah.
So it would be, can you name the puppy? I'm not going to say what the name is.
That
would be a deep cut if you wanted to add that in there. Not the secret word, but just like,
right.
Yeah, I'm an OG. I know what that is.
Maybe that's what we'll have to do sometimes. Instead of doing our giveaways on Instagram, maybe we can pull up a question like that and be like, hey, do you remember what Chance's puppy's called?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess people could ask him, but
you could say
a question from a previous episode.
What did this person say about it? So then it's not just that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I like it. Okay.
I like it.
But yeah, let's so do you have one that you're kind of leaning towards? Is anyone is hello, am I late? Is that a good secret word? That would mean you listened right to the end.
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't know. Like you said, Bruno's an obvious one.
Hives.
I like hives.
Bees and hives.
Hives.
Because you could do a lot with hives.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Or apiary. Yeah.
Apiary. Apiary. Yes, not aviary.
Yeah.
Aviary is birds.
That's right. So you could put them both in there. Which one do you want? You like the secret word. I want you to choose.
Just drop a comment.
Have some fun with it. And if you're listening this long, make sure that you are hopping over on that YouTube and you're subscribing and being part of the growing community that we're trying to build here. You can also follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, apparently on X and TikTok, because we are just dropping bombs over there. You wouldn't believe it. But check that all out. Like our stuff for us and comment. We really appreciate it. It helps us bring you more amazing content and more great guests like we have been. There's also a way to support us by going to Patreon. And you can join at many different levels, including free. But if you happen to join at a paid level, you will get free entry into all of our contests, which is like a bonus entry because you can still enter the regular way. Yeah. And we've been talking about it and we're still pushing it forward. We're working on our jerseys. And when those come out, our Patreon members will be able to get them at a little bit of a discount too.
Yes.
So that is all coming your way. And what do we got going on after this, Daryl?
Patreon. Yeah, we're heading over to Patreon, like you mentioned, for our Around the Basket episode, where we're going to be talking even more disc golf. We're going to be talking, we're going to try and get a pick for your Champions Cup for your fantasy pool. We're going to be talking 9-hole disc golf courses. Do you love them? Do you hate them? Are you indifferent to them?
Yeah, and I was thinking maybe a little Chantel Badinsky, maybe talk about her return to the Pro Tour and what that's going to look like.
Absolutely.
But before we can get to that, we got to finish this episode.
Well,
and there's only...
I just want to quickly jump back into the chat because we've had some...
do we have some?
Yeah, we have Birdie as a shout. Oysters.
Oh, yeah.
Beach yoga.
Oh, I like beach yoga too.
Farm.
Yeah, that's a good one, Tim.
Yeah.
So I think
secret words.
Put something in there and we'll try to have... What I like to do is I always like to try to have some fun back with the comment.
I know.
So the more you can give me, the more I got to work with to give back to you, right?
Yeah,
it's a give-take that way. And this is the part that everybody who is still listening, yes, Sonia, it is time for...
Sam says, time to flip over to the cool side of the pillow.
That's right. Let's get ourselves ready here. Just hang on a little bit.
Hang on a second. Are you going to do the same thing? Yeah.
Which way do I need? Is that a bit?
Oh. Okay,
Yeah.
you went full Beastie Boys.
So we're going to go into the trap.
That's about as good as it gets.
You got to drop it.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
You got it on one as well.
That's right.
All right.
I'm going to mix the ones and twos while we're at it.
I keep saying I'm going to get a beat, but okay.
Yeah, we're going to work on it.
When you ask yourself, where should I vacation?
Smith Lake Farms, yeah, that's your disc golf destination.
Vancouver Island vibes all weekend long.
Campfire at night with a beer and a sing-along.
Amazing coaches to help perfect your game.
Sophia, Thomas, Chance, and Nate. Yeah, we're dropping names.
This 20-hole course is a challenge and a test.
Try to drop a putt like Bruno and show you are the best.
A battle for the ages, champs versus chumps.
It's time for the campers to hand out some lumps.
You'll be a better golfer and your friends you will float. Flout.
Watch me drain this putt, and I'll watch you chain out.
Thanks, everybody.